ways to love your life now. And it is my great honor and my great pleasure to bring to you these weekly Wednesday webinars so that we can all just continue to rise to our greatness, which is this week's topic. And it really came from so many emails and people saying, I'm so tired of being stuck and I'm, just feel like I'm in quicksand. And so today, I'm going to be sharing with you some really um, practical ways that you can understand what level of consciousness you're operating from so that you can continuously stay at the highest vibration possible so that you can magnetize and bring to you the things that you truly love. And so I want to welcome you all. It's great to see everybody here and awesome. Um, I'm so glad that this going back to the original time works for everyone because I'm just here to be of service. So strap on your seatbelts. This is going to be a great webinar today. And for those of you who are new, there's a couple of new names and faces. I also want you to know that this you. So please feel free to put in questions. Let me know what area of life you're struggling with or feeling a sense of stagnation or stuck, frustration, so I can focus some of the teachings in that. You're if you're not familiar with who I am and what my work is, this is my calling. My name is Janet Grace Nelson. I'm a spiritual life coach. It is my great honor and pleasure to work with people that are feeling stuck and frustrated and really want to move into the next phase of their life and have that be the best phase of their life and really gain clarity, confidence, and a sense of commitment to this thing called your life. Because your life is waiting. Your life is waiting. And as long as we're breathing, we have a dream in our heart. We have a vision that we would love to fulfill. We have places we'd love to go. We have people we'd love to love. Experiences that we want to have as our daily life. So if you don't already have a pen and paper, I would recommend that you grab one because when you're in an environment like this, it's a mastermind experience, and something in your soul said, this is the place I need to be right here and right now. And as you are listening and saying yes to you and yes to your bigger life, specific ideas will come to you and come through you, for you. And you want to be able to catch those ideas and you want to write them down on paper. And you don't want them to just float by like a cloud. And the truth is, we all get 60,000, and you want to catch the good ones. Like, get your fishing line out and you want to catch the good ones. You don't want the good ones to go by. And even if you don't quite understand what that idea has in store for you, write it down. Stay curious to it. Take it into a meditation. Take it in, put it down on a piece of paper, put it in your pocket, and just keep asking, what more do I need to know? What more do I need to know about this idea that could actually open you up to another level of freedom and fulfillment and fun? So, and that's one of the things that I teach and share and coach with all of my programs. And we're really all on this journey to experience more fun, more freedom, more fulfillment, more peace, more joy, more understanding, more love. So If any and all of those resonate with you, you're in the right place. So once again, grab your pen and paper and we're going to get this party started. And this is really, today is about understanding at what level you're operating at on a regular basis. And then with these practical tools that I'm going to be sharing with you today, you can make a conscious decision to raise your vibration, to rise to your greatness, to rise to the higher level of your awareness of your oneness with, with this universe, with this magnificent, friendly universe. And it was Einstein that said, we either believe that this is a friendly universe or that it isn't. So your belief is what's driving your train called your life. So as you're listening today, continue to ask yourself the question, what is it that I believe about myself? What is it that I believe about my ability, my potential, my understanding, my awareness of myself as the creator of my reality? So, like I said, grab a pen and paper. If there is a specific area or a question, please put it in the chat box, and we'll get to be able to focus the teachings on a particular area. And we'll get into this further today, but there's 4 main areas of our life we're working on all the time. And we're working on our health and well-being. We're working on our financial freedom and flow. We're working on our work in the world or our creative expression. For those of you who are moving past your actual career phase of your life, you're maybe looking at what legacy of love you'd love to leave behind for your family, to actually put that thumbprint on the universe that says, I was here, I made a difference. Because ultimately that's what we're all here for, is to make a difference and to live our life to the fullest. And the last one is relationships. And the truth of the matter is that everything is a relationship. You have a relationship with yourself. You have a relationship with your computer. You have a relationship with the home that you live in, the environment that you are surrounded with. You have a relationship with your family and your friends. You have a relationship with your work in the world. You also have a relationship with your heart. And you listen from that deepest place. And one of my favorite questions that I stay in all the time, and I help and coach all of my clients to stay curious to, is what would you love? What would you love? Because the truth is that you're creating another day of life every single day. And when you're creating from a place of love, from a place of excitement and expansion, and ooh, I would love that, it just makes the ride so much sweeter. So let's get started. So this week, like I said, it's Rise to Your Greatness. So really asking yourself, what's running your life? And there's a beautiful children's book called The Big Me and the Little Me. And the little you is your ego or your limited self. So this little you or your elf is your ego limited by fear. And that's how most people on the planet are living. From a place of fear, from a place of limitation, from a place of scarcity, from a place of lack. And there's really not a great vantage point when you're living from limitation and when you're living from fear. And it doesn't make life very much fun. So you really want to ask yourself throughout this webinar today, what is running my life? At what level am I living? What level of consciousness? So the levels of consciousness that I'm going to be describing today and sharing some practical tools to understand how it is that you can know at any time what level you're living at. And the first one is victim. So victim is a place where you are continuously asking yourself the question, why me? Why me, and who's to blame for this lot in life? Who's to blame for what's going on in my life? My relationship's not working, my work being unfulfilling. And when you're in victim, you're continuously staying in that limited energy, and there's always someone at fault. And it's always someone outside of you. And, I know we probably all heard this, but when you're pointing the finger at whose fault it is, or you're pointing the finger at someone else, there's three fingers pointing back at you. And this is a very limited, shallow way to exist. And the truth of the matter is, we all do it. And we all are victims on some level, at some point, at some time. Maybe throughout the day, and with awareness, maybe it's instead of recognizing or seeing yourself as being a victim or being in that victim energy or consciousness on a daily basis, you are rising to your awareness. And as soon as you recognize that you're asking the wrong question, why me? You're staying in this limitation. You say, what do I need to do to up level my consciousness in this moment so that I'm not living from this place of victim and limitation and poor me? I jokingly say, when you're in this place, it's a pity party of one, because nobody wants to join you. Nobody wants to be in that party. So if there's an area of your life that you feel as if, when you think about the relationships that you've experienced, you have a tendency to operate in this, at this level of consciousness, just ask yourself, what would I need to think or shift and up level in my awareness of my ability to create something new, a new idea, a new understanding that feels better. So the question also, you can't expect to be a victor or have victory in your life if you're living with victim mentality. And like I said, we are all a thought away from victim mentality. And you want to catch yourself. Catch, like a butterfly, catch that butterfly and catch it in consciousness, and continuously asking yourself bigger questions. What would I need to shift to up level my thoughts and my feelings? Because it's our thoughts that are creating our feelings. And then our feelings are stepping us into action or non-action that's ultimately creating your results. So if the results that you want to experience in your life are ones that, like I said in the beginning, are seeped in joy and peace and freedom and fulfillment and fun, then you don't want to play in the victim mentality. You don't want to be in a pity party. So as we're moving up this ladder, the second level of consciousness is manifester. So You're rising in consciousness in your ability to say, wow, okay, so I know that I am creating my own reality in whatever area you are focused on in that particular moment, or throughout the day, or even as you're starting your day. You are focused on, what's the most important thing that you are thinking about, that you are creating more experiences in that feel better. And it could be that you're moving into a new career. And as you are in this manifester mentality, this by me, I know that I have the ability to create experiences for myself. And I'm up leveling my understanding and my belief in my ability to be able to create more things, more magic in my life. And so as you're doing that, as you're in this manifester stage, you recognize that you as a whole being, as one who is in relationship with this friendly universe that is bringing things to you as you are declaring them and you are claiming them and you are calling them forth as the experience that you would love to have in your life. So we'll continue to stay in the example of moving into a new career, because I know that several of you that are here with us today are in that place of transition. And so as you are thinking about and entertaining new possible ideas of what this new career, this next phase of your life looks like and feels like and sounds like, and using your five senses to create the images and the pictures, in the manifester stage, that's a really beautiful place to get creative. Use all of your chakras, use your whole being to be able to stand in the opening of, ooh, I would love that. I would love to create the things that I know are out there, are possible for me. And as you stand in this manifester stage and you are listening at that quiet level of, what would you love? What would I love? What would this work, this meaningful work in the world, look like and feel like for me? So as I stepped into my work as a spiritual life coach and an agape practitioner and as an open faith, and my previous career for 20 years was, I was a jewelry designer. I was an artist. I was really operating from my creative juices. And I had a very successful design company that I had 16 sales reps across the country. Um, and I had really what I called grown this idea. It was the spark of an idea. Just like right now, you have the spark of an idea of the next phase of your life, and continuously asking, what would you love? What would I love this to look like? So when I had started my jewelry design business, I would, I love to travel. I love to be able to watch this idea and concept grow into a big corporation, is ultimately what happened. and and it happened through my intention to grow and have the freedom to be able to have sales reps all over the country, to travel back to Chicago to be with my family on a regular basis, to see my designs in, I was in 3,500 stores. I was in every single catalog company, and And I enjoyed that aspect of the creative process. And I had 11 full-time employees. I'd really grown from a garage band to a corporation as my children kept growing and needing me less and less. My third child, which was this Sticks and Stones jewelry company, was growing and expanding and needing even more of my attention. And and then there was a shift that happened for me, and my 20-year marriage had come to a completion. And I sat with some bigger questions like, what's next for me? What what would I truly love to do? Would I love to continue to do this work and be in this creative environment, or is there something more that's calling me? And sometimes it starts as a little feather, and then it's like a knock, 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 and then sometimes it's a 2x4 that clubs you on the head. And mine was really a knock, knock, knock. It said, no, really, it's time for you to listen. And And so I just kept listening for how is it that I could use my creative energy to create this next phase of my life. So I teach about the chakras in all of my programs, and they're all the wheels of energy in each and every one of us are born with these energy systems in our body that open us up, that allow us to be full and whole and complete and open to a deeper understanding of how magnificent and powerful you are to create and to magnetize and to manifest the life that you would truly love. So as I sat and listened, and it was about me becoming stepping into my role as a teacher, as a spiritual life coach, as a minister, as an author, and as a speaker. And I just kept listening. And as I was being in that manifestor stage, I never left home. I still don't. I started then never leaving home without my little pocketbook so that I could write down ideas as they were coming to me, as I was opening up the vessel, the channel to listen at for all the ideas that are coming to me and through me for me. So of being open to what are you manifesting? What are you opening up yourself to listen for the ideas that are in alignment with your soul's purpose and the next phase of your life. So the manifestor stage is absolutely essential to staying connected to this big question: what would you love? And I shared this in some of my earlier videos, the power of intention, um, and also um, there's and also gratitude. There's and if you go onto my website, there is the recordings of all of the weekly webinars that I've been recording since June, and they are my gift to you. So if there's a title that it just speaks to you, give yourself the gift of sitting down and also always have that piece of paper and pencil there next to you so that you can take notes and really catch some ideas about what is there for you to assist you on your journey of expansion, because we are here to grow and expand into all that we are here to be, to rise to your greatness. Each and every one of us was born with greatness in us, and not one of us has a wish to leave this planet without being able to sing your song, to dance your dance, to give your gifts, your unique gifts and talents. Each and every one of us was born with greatness, with unique, magnificent, precious gifts and talents. And it is up to you to, to discover them, to deliver them to the world, and to make a difference wherever you are. And so these four main areas are the places where you can put your attention and your intention to grow and expand into the next phase. So how is it that as you are listening, as you are paying attention to what is yours, um, what is it that your heart is calling for you to experience? When you're staying in this question, it is vitally important that you don't let Jiminy Critic, who sits on my left shoulder, or Debbie Doubter, who sits on my right shoulder, you just don't invite them to this party. When you are sitting with this question, what would you love? Don't let limitation, or don't let your elf come in the way. Don't let your ego, or if that's limited by fear or restriction or doubt, stand in the way of what you would love. This is your biggest work. And as you stand in a, a, a bigger understanding of how truly unlimited you are and how truly magnificent you are to create a life you truly love, you don't want to shortchange yourself. You don't want to limit yourself. You want to give yourself permission to live as big and as full as you absolutely have the capacity in your awareness to live. And this will continue to grow and expand. And I'm actually beginning a group program on October 15th called Set Yourself Free Now. And I'm going to be going through the 7 chakras. I'm going to be going through the 7 levels of consciousness and awareness in the physical body that's connected to our spiritual beingness. And if that's something that speaks to you, go onto my website. There's also a free gift on the homepage, a free break-free session that's a 30-minute one-on-one call. That's just you and I speaking on the phone, talking about where you are, where you want to go, and what's possibly holding you back. What's in between where you are and where you see yourself. And the ways in which I will give you some coaching tips. I'll also share with you other programs that would benefit you if there's a good fit and I see that there's value in it to help you really catapult into that next level and next phase of your life. I'll share that information with you too. But if the break free, if the Set Yourself Free group program is something that speaks to you, I also do a very intensive one-on-one program, a Set Yourself Free program. It's actually a 90-day transformational program that's a customized. It's a one-on-one private program also. So if there's things that you can see, you can start catching a glimpse of what it is that you would love in your life, in the area of your career and your finances and your health and well-being and your relationships, and you're just not sure how to move forward, how to get into that that spiral moving up to continue to rise to your greatness, I'm here for you. It's my great pleasure and my great honor, and I know that it is my life's work, and I am so honored to be on this journey and to be your partner in believing and to support you through the journey of taking you from where you are to where you want to go, and enjoying the journey, enjoying the trip. So as we move up the level of consciousness, the third one is, it's actually, I call it the vessel, because as you recognize yourself as a vessel, that's really how life is happening through you. You are opening yourself up to listen for the highest and greatest ideas that you can catch in consciousness. That one of my mentors, Bob Proctor, would say, if your dream and your vision isn't scaring you, it's not big enough. So we want to open up the vessel called you, and really listen for the bigger ideas, the biggest ideas that scare you but give you life. You're like, ooh, I would love that. I would love that. You want your dream and your vision to really pass that test. Would I love this? Does this vision, does this idea, does this dream give me life? Do I feel alive just thinking about it? Even if it scares you a little. That's what I'm here for, is to help you, to help hold you up, to pull you up to the next rung of the ladder as you are elevating in consciousness and stepping up to your greatness, to your greatest yet to be. And this area, this understanding of life is happening through you. So your real work is to be open, an open vessel. I had a vision, once again, another idea that came through a program like this, a mastermind environment. And I have several group environments that I facilitate, and an idea about writing an ebook, a free ebook that I could gift. And some of the ideas have been written and scribbled on papers for several years, and I didn't know what I was going to do with them. And then the idea, this is a perfect gift. This is a perfect opportunity to put all of these ideas into a free ebook. And you, as many of you know, the language of love, that really resonates through our heart space is really my greatest understanding of who we are as spiritual beings. And my favorite subject to study is love. And so this idea that came through me as I was listening for, how can I be even more present to love and support clients that I'm working with and clients that I haven't yet even met to work with. And this idea of follow your heart and let love be your guide. This matriculation of all the ideas of the language of the heart and how it is that we can live from that level. And as I was listening and opening up my heart space as a vessel, I was listening for what ideas were coming through me that were in alignment with my purpose, to be a beneficial presence, to continue to teach and to speak and to coach and to inspire and empower people all over the world. And this idea came, and it was because I allowed myself to truly be the vessel. So ask yourself, how can I open myself up to be the vessel, to listen from that level, to allow ideas to come through you and to you, for you, that are in direct alignment with your purpose and your passion to make a difference in the world. So what does that look like for you? I hope some ideas are coming through you right here, right now, and you're writing them down. And so as we continue to move up this ladder and unleash your greatness, it's really about continuously asking yourself the bigger questions. Mary Morrissey, my spiritual mentor and coach, and now my dear friend, um, always said the quality of your life is determined by the quality of the questions that you're willing to ask. Are you willing to live the life of your dreams? Are you willing to step up your game? Are you willing to do what it takes to really catapult yourself into that next phase? It would have been easy for me to continue in the career that I had established for twice, but there wasn't any more growth, at least from what it felt like for me. There wasn't anything that inspired me to want to continue on that path. And as I continued to listen for what was my next phase of my life, what did that look like? What did that feel like? What did it sound like? What did it taste like? What did it smell like? Using your five senses to unleash your greatness. What is it for you as you move up the ladder of this level of consciousness and understanding where it is that you hang out the most? Be aware this week when you are being in victim, or even what area of your life. Maybe it's your health and well-being. You know what? This is just how it's going to be. You know, I've had a bad back, and my father had a bad back, and my grandfather had a bad back, so I'm going to have a bad back. I'm not saying this for myself, but I'm saying this is the mentality that is really, you want to watch your thoughts and ask yourself, is this really true for me? Or if I was living at the level of I'm through me, I can know that perfect health and well-being is possible for me. And for those of you who have heard my story of my near-death motorcycle accident and crushing my vertebrae and having them tell me that I was never going to walk again. And I was 20 years old. And my vision, I saw myself walking again. I knew that I had been given a second chance at life. My health and well-being were my focus at that time. And I always saw myself walking and running and climbing and hiking. This was something that gave me great pleasure. So when you're staying in the question, what would you love? What gives you great pleasure? And don't let your little elf get in the way. Don't let your ego that's limited by fear or limitation hold you back. I had no idea how I was going to walk again. I only knew why was because I wanted to live a full and vibrant life, and I knew what I wanted to walk again. So your two areas that are your responsibility, that keep you plugged in to this thing, this game of life, is what would you love, and why? And most of us have a very similar purpose: to be a beneficial presence on the planet, to make a difference in the world, to live a life that's fulfilling and free and fun. And the what is your unique message, your unique journey. So as you're moving up this ladder, last but not least is oneness. And the truth of the matter is, you have the whole world in your hands. You have the whole world at your fingertips. And as you start to really own your oneness, your connection to all of life, you will see that there is no limitations whatsoever. As you stand in your greatness, in your godness, in your goddessness, in the truth of who you are, everything is possible. Everything is possible. And as you connect to this infinite, expansive, friendly universe, see yourself as one with it all, one with everything. All the abundance of the universe is right there at your fingertips. All the joy of the universe is there at your fingertips. All of the love of the universe is there at your fingertips. Everything is in the palm of your hand. And it's about you declaring and claiming and owning that truth. And one of the branding quotes that I live by is live your truth from the inside out. This is how you follow your heart. This is how you let love be your guide. Let love, the love which is the most creative, energetic force of the universe, the most creative expression known to all of life. What are you loving into existence? What are you bringing to the world that has your unique thumbprint on it, your unique message, your unique magnificence? And as you do, you are absolutely unleashing your greatness. And it's really asking you to give yourself permission to rise to your greatness, to love your life. And really loving your life is the most important decision that you're making for yourself and your life every single day. And the vibration of love, we all know what it feels like when you're in that energy of love. There's a warmth, there's a connectedness, there's an infallibility. There's such a beautiful energy that allows you to stand at this pinnacle of who you are. And knowing that, you give yourself permission to focus specifically on the light, the love, and the truth that you are. This is how you live your truth from the inside out and rise to your greatness. Let yourself live a life you truly love. And it is all about you. giving yourself permission to live at this level. And as you do, ask yourself, okay, so where am I now? Where would I love to be? What do I see for myself? What would I love to create? What level of consciousness am I operating at on a regular basis? How can I up-level that consciously and intentionally every single day and become aware of where you're hanging out? Where are your thoughts hanging out? Are you hanging out mostly in victim or in manifester? And could you operate even at a higher level on a more regular basis and live in the greatness of your connection and your oneness to all of life? Ask yourself how that would feel. What would that look like in your life? And will you take the leap? Everything is about, I loved this quote. It's not about the haves or the have-nots, which is really kind of teetering on the victim mentality, but it's more about the wills and the will-nots. What are you willing to do for your dream? What are you willing to do to rise to your greatness? What are you willing to do to live the life you truly love? Will you take that leap? So it's my great honor and pleasure to offer each and every one of you a complimentary break-free session. You just need to go on to janetgracenelson.com, and it's a free 30-minute conversation with me one-on-one. Let's talk about where you are, what leap you'd like to take, what visions you're holding for yourself, and let's see if there's a shortcut, if there's a way that we can leap through this together so that you can have a quantum leap in your life and experience the life that you truly love. You do not have to suffer through it. You do not have to wait until next year or next decade. That's a limited thought. The visions, as they are coming to you and through you, for you, that's that they're possible, and you're the only one who's limiting the ability to have that happen quickly, to manifest that, to be an open vessel, to connect to the oneness of this infinite, expansive, friendly universe that only has your well-being and your greatness at heart. So next week, we're going to be talking more about following your heart and what is it that the language of the heart that is connected to loving your life. What's the language of your heart that as you listen at that higher level, you can feel the vibration and how it is that you are calling forth even more good in your life. And we are all vibrational beings. We are all pure energy. And as you are understanding that even more and even more and even more every single week, and knowing that you are standing as a vibrational match to whatever your dominating thoughts are and your dominating feelings. And this is all connected to the heart space. And I'll go deeply into how it is that you can truly follow your heart, which is the energy and the vibration of magnetizing even more that you would love to create and to call forth and to envelop in your life, to absolutely live a life you truly love. And as always, it is my great honor and pleasure to be on this journey with you. If you've gotten value out of today's webinar, go on to the Love Your Life Facebook page and don't keep me a secret. Share one gift that you received today. And maybe it was that you have a deeper understanding of the four levels of consciousness and that you are going to continue to rise every single day in your awareness, in your conscious thinking to really vibrate at a higher level. Whatever gifts you've received today, I would be so honored and grateful if you would share them and share this webinar, this invitation with the people, the friends that you have on your Facebook page. Because as we continue to grow and expand, we want to bring everybody with us. We want this train with the choo-choos and everybody here on this journey together in love and in light and in truth. So I thank you all for being here today. Once again, it is my honor and my pleasure. I am so grateful for you. Namaste. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. See you next week. Look forward to Break Free sessions. Thanks again. Blessings.